rise for the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the Village Board meeting of July 12th, 2021. Roll call, please.
Caparos.
Here.
Musician. Giannotti.
Here.
Thierry.
Here.
Stacy.
Here.
Kraus.
Here.
You've got the minutes from the last meeting in your packet. If there are no changes, I have a motion to approve.
So moved.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
A second.
There's a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Caparos.
Yes.
Giannotti.
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
Kraus.
Yes.
Does anyone in the audience wish to address the board? Village clerk's report.
Total tax income received since received in the month of June. Total $653,499.64. You'll see we're getting our real estate tax payments in. That's all I have.
Okay. Beautification Commission, Matt?
The only thing I have is from Paula Weishauer, which is part of the Beautification Committee. She messaged me Thursday night and said, "Hi Matt, just want to let you know the flowers in town and baskets look beautiful. Please let the guys know they are doing a fantastic job." So that's all I have.
4th of July Commission?
Thank you. So we met, was it last Wednesday? And did they get the schedule finalized? Was that signed off on?
No, Chuck didn't come in to sign off on
Okay.
it, but we have it done.
Okay, so the dates are still Friday, September 3rd through Monday, September 6th. The fireworks will be Sunday, September 5th at 8:30 p.m. And they were going to wait, they're waiting for some sponsors to come in, and they should be getting signs up this week, right? Like at the Space on the Four Corners. So I think they said they needed a week, and that was last Wednesday, so anticipate something by the end of this week for advertising. Because I know there was, some people said they thought it was canceled, and it's not, it was just moved. I know it is on our website for the village. And I know, is it on our Facebook page too?
We
I don't know about you.
posted it before. We were kind of waiting for an updated schedule to post it again.
Okay.
Plus, the 4th of July has their own Facebook page, and they've been doing updates on there too.
Okay.
We do know that the big things is the Sportsman's is doing a fish fry on Friday night. The Lions Club is doing their beef roast on Saturday night.
Yes.
And the night of the fireworks, Sunday night, the Chamber's doing their pork chop dinner.
Correct.
So we have 3 decent meals for the week. And then Monday, I guess, you're on your own.
And there's bands all 4 nights too.
Yep.
That's all I have.
Okay. Youth Commission, apparently we have no report.
I'll take Ben's report. They're meeting Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. The first order of business, they have at their officers, because they have a whole new bunch. And then they're going to decide how to participate in the Kid and Pep Parade, which will be Friday, the 3rd of September at 5:45.
Okay. Historic Preservation Commission?
I'm gonna be reaching out to them, set up a meeting for August, so that's all I got for right now.
And under my report, the request for liquor license for Silver Screen has been withdrawn. He has chosen not to apply for the license at this time. He said he will reserve the right to perhaps come forward another time. As far as appointments, I have a few appointments to be made. So for Code Enforcement Officer, Officer Jim Hancock, who is already a part-time police officer, is doing our code enforcement now. He has begun, but he's doing a fantastic job out there. So to make it formal, can I have a motion to approve the appointment of Jim Hancock for code enforcement?
So moved. Second.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
You did, sorry. A motion and a second. Discussion? Roll call.
Was the second?
Roger.
Roger, okay, thank you. Okay. Kraus.
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
Giannotti.
Yes.
Caparos.
Yes.
The second is for Police Commission. By ordinance, the Police Commission is comprised of 3 people. It's the 2 that are on our Public Safety Committee, which is, of course, Todd and Joe, and then a member of the public. So I had a few people, come to me that were interested in police commission, and I decided on, I just finished speaking to him tonight, Tom Johnson. He lives here in town, he has a long law enforcement career, he is a sergeant in Homewood right now, he's been a detective, very straightforward, decent guy. So if anyone would like to make that motion to approve Tom Johnson for our police commission.
So moved.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second?
There's a motion and a second, discussion? Roll call?
Caprows,
Yes.
Giannotti,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
Kraus.
Yes.
And then public information officer, which is someone that would serve to address the public in times of a dire emergency or to speak on behalf of the village. One of those positions where it's great to have someone who is very good at that, and then you have to hope you never have to use them. So I would like to appoint George Scudema to that position. So if I could have a motion to appoint George Scudema as our public information officer.
I'll make the motion.
So motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second?
Motion and a second, discussion? Roll call?
Kraus,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Giannotti,
Yes.
Caprows.
Yes.
Okay, committee reports, finance and administration, trustee reports.
Consider a motion approving the treasurer's report. Donna?
The June month-end balance for the village accounts, $2,541,856.91. The June month-end for the commission accounts, $189,146.25. The total of all combined, $2,731,003.16. The month-end balance for general, $904,415.22. Before I move on with the commission non-AP payments, you'll see that there's a slight change in format with the treasurer's report. After meeting with the finance committee, it was decided to drop what would have been the May 20 balances and just do the comparisons against year to year. So June to June in this case. The column that was added is a minimum balance. Those were decided on years ago.
We modified it a little bit.
Yeah, very, very minor. But those are balances that should any of, like for MFT, if it were to reach 10,000, we would need to do a letter in regards to what was occurring. So just to let you know what that column stands for. So moving on to the commission non-AP payments, the total for the month of June, $287,706. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing that hasn't been previously approved by the board. If there are no questions, that would end my report.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
So motion on the floor, is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion? Roll call?
Caprows,
Yes.
Giannotti,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
Kraus.
Yes.
Variance reports are enclosed for review. Consider a motion approving the bills and payroll for the previous month. Versus what was sent on Friday. Few changes. County of Will, there was just an error. They previously said 10,580, it was 10,582. There's also a change, core and main water meters, 1780, there was also a bill in there that we withheld, it seemed high, that's our annual, Bobby, you wanna?
Yeah, it's for our meter reader, they wanted to charge us $2,440 to have a one-year maintenance agreement on the meter reader. We want time for Donna and Matt to look into that a little more and find out why we're paying $2,440 for 1 year of service on a piece of equipment that's only worth about $7 or $8 grand, so. we're gonna be looking into that.
So is that this bill or is this a separate? The one
It's,
that's-
it's removed.
It
Okay,
was
so
on
the
there
one
on
that's this
Friday,
complete
we
separate
removed
one?
it.
Yes, that's a separate bill for same vendor. There was JCM uniforms for $85. And, Motorola, $408. Radios. I believe there's the 2 permits for water main crossings for the UP for the railroad, $6,000 apiece for Penfield in Indiana. And then the Verizon bill for $1,076 was also not in there. Those are the only changes versus the bills that got sent out. Any questions on any of the bills? If not, I'll go ahead and make a motion for pay the bills and payroll for the month prior for the bills totaling $159,903.05.
So motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion? Roll call?
Kraus,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Giannotti,
Yes.
Capros.
Yes. Debt service schedule drafted for your review, that's enclosed, that's basically what we discussed, you can see on there, what I was talking about, how we put that together. Hopefully, the rest of the board finds that helpful, just having the entire schedule laid out for you like that. And lastly, the audit process begins. Field teams will be in the village starting this week to gather paperwork, but I think there might be a delay in some of
We
that.
wanna start in
so-
August.
in August.
And one thing on the debt schedule, John, I did miss one, and that is the splash pad. So I'll be adding that once we get it.
Once we get it, yeah, and you just update it once it's done and you know the exact numbers. If there's no other questions, that concludes my report.
Okay. Public Buildings and Properties, Parks and Recreation Committee, trustee Terry.
I guess I'd like to have a motion to award George's Landscaping in the amount of $147,180. That's going to be for the installation of the splash pad at Fireman's Park. George's Landscaping is the only bid that was received. The only problem that we have is that we had $135,000 that was budgeted for this portion of the project. And then if the bid's awarded, it's going to be higher, or it's $27,219 over the budget, so. Paperwork and the material stuff's enclosed.
To clarify, it's 187, not 180.
Oh, I'm sorry, 187,
That
yes.
was my mistake.
187, so.
Do we know, and I don't know any of this bid stuff, and I don't really have one bid, this materials list, and is this, do we know if this is actually accurate?
I have the rep here today, Chuck Gardner, who is representative from New Toys, that originally was working with Scott Whalen on this project, and Joe, you probably know
Yeah.
Chuck.
Yeah, we met.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay. He's our New Toys rep, so I'm gonna let you ask that question again.
So have you seen this materials list?
Yes, I do.
Is this, I mean, like I said, I don't know anything about this stuff or building splash pad, is this fairly accurate? I mean, we don't have really anything to compare it to, we have one
Yes,
bid.
and there was another bidder that we were expecting their bid on Friday, I guess it was Friday last week, right? However, that bid did not show up, so we have worked with George's in the past. They do quite a bit of playground work, and they have done some splash pads. The most recent one that they've installed is up in Western Springs. So they are experienced doing that. I did review the itemized list from George's, and everything seems to be appropriate within that.
And George's was aware a second bid was coming in,
Yes, yeah.
even though it didn't come.
So is the 27,000 a change over, is that just material, stuff happens, type of thing? I mean, because we budgeted, what, 135?
Well, I think the overall budget was 227 or so. And really, the amount over is about 27,000 from the original budgeted number of 227. I think we had budgeted 134 for just the installation portion. And that portion of it was about $12,000 over.
And we also went over on,
Went
carrying
over
out
on
the
yes.
drilling.
The drilling for the main.
and electrical, I think,
Yeah.
a little bit of that.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
No,
Just on the timeline, I know you were aggressively trying to get this open by Labor Day, but then you said there is a curing process for this rubber floor of 28 days, so this thing might not be done till the end of September, is that correct?
Yeah, I would anticipate the project being completed by the end of September. The equipment, I could anticipate the landscaper or Georgia start installation middle part of August, getting a concrete pour in. It's actually after the concrete is poured, then it needs the cure 28 days before the life floor, the rubber surfacing goes in after that. Once the rubber flooring is down, then it'll be ready to go, but that needs 28 days after the concrete pad is poured.
And that's, no one can be on it, nothing's got it.
People can be on it, it's just, what it needs is, it needs to fully cure so the adhesive and everything else attaches to it. It's gonna be okay to walk on after, concrete cures,
I guess it's just
couple
more
days.
concerned with the Labor Day carnival.
Oh, we'll have it fenced off,
Um,
yeah.
Yeah, I know, fences stop everything. Okay.
Matt, are you gonna be able to make mid-August with your infrastructure?
Oh, yeah.
To the project?
Yeah.
And I think really the next step, if the project's awarded, then we'll sit down with George's and Matt and work out, get much better.
A pre-con.
A pre-con meeting to get exact time frame and everything else put together.
Any other questions? Make a motion to award George's Landscaping in the amount of $147,187 for the splash pad at Fireman's Park, installation for the splash pad at Fireman's Park.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion? Roll call?
Caprows,
Yes.
Giannotti,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
Kraus.
Yes.
Is that it for you?
That'll be it?
All right. Planning, Building, and Zoning Committee, trustee Stacy?
Yes, Mayor, the Planning and Zoning Commission is to hold a hearing at 7 PM on Wednesday, July 28th, considering the preliminary for the Ileana Crossroads Business Park. And the Building Department's monthly total report is enclosed for your review.
Okay.
That's my report.
Thank you. Public Safety Committee, trustee Kraus?
Thank you. The police department and EMA monthly reports are enclosed for review. And then, Chief, you want to give an update for the full-time officer hiring?
So, the full-time officer was disqualified from his polygraph. There was something that disqualified, so, I'm not getting into details, but he's done.
And we're moving forward with advertising for a lateral.
Yes, there'll be an advertisement out tomorrow on the blue line for lateral hires. We're gonna move in that direction.
And a part.
Yes, and part-time. Then consider a motion declaring the 2008 Ford Crown Vic as surplus equipment, so it may be sold, and proceeds used to repair a new EMA squad. So I'll make that motion declaring the 2008 Ford Crown Vic as surplus equipment.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion? Roll call?
Kraus,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Giannotti,
Yes.
Caprows.
Yes.
And then the code enforcement update, Chief.
Officer Hancock hit the ground running. He's doing a great job at code enforcement. He's working around his part-time hours. He's been given all the tools, the computer. He's got a car for code enforcement unmarked. He's given all the manuals that he needs to do the basic code. I showed him instructions, and also Mr. Barber had him over here for a couple hours, correct, and showed him his end of it. But I think he's a great choice for it.
He catches on really fast.
Yeah. Say, from what I heard, he picked up the systems and locators on it pretty quickly. And that's all I have.
Do you want
Was
the
there
EMA,
a-
do you want the EMA director to make his report?
Do you have anything to add besides what's in there, or if there's something else, yeah, go ahead.
Just real simple, we had 10 calls for service last month, 5 were emergency call outs, 4 were planned, and then we had 1 maintenance changing out a the light bar of one of the cars due to excessive lights burnt out. Total hours of 42.5 man hours.
Thank you. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Public Works Committee, trustee Giannotti.
We've got the quiet zone update. We will hopefully be hearing something by the end of this week. It is scheduled to go into effect at midnight on the 13th.
We have new news, it is going to go into effect on the 13th. The FRA approved the quiet zone on Friday, on one condition that we bag the no train horn signs until Tuesday. So tomorrow, those no train horn signs can be debagged. Matt probably doesn't know that because he was on vacation. But we had to bag the signs, if you noticed. We couldn't have them displayed. And I said, well, how do you pass inspection if we bag all the signs? It's a catch-22 for us, but on Tuesday, it's supposed to go into effect.
So tomorrow morning we can remove the bags?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the Route 1 resurfacing update.
They're not as far along as I thought they would be. It is going slow. I think the weather is probably a hindrance for them.
Yeah.
But I was hoping they would be out of town by mid-July. It doesn't seem like that's the case. They haven't even ground the stuff in town here. They did pull the reflectors. They're waiting for the curb guy to get done, the
Yeah.
cement guy.
It looked like you finished the cement today, the
Yeah.
last few pours, I think, so.
Yeah, I know they're putting surface down north of town, so hopefully they get in there to grind. Then watch the traffic.
Then the fun starts. We got the Penfield STP project update. Since IDOT is running behind on its reviews, our bid opening has been pushed off to January 19th. Normally, this would be upsetting, but it does not affect the construction season timeline. It gives us 60 more days to get Gould Street water main done. Our goal is to have the project complete by November 1st of 22. Then we got the Gould Street water main project is just about ready to be bid, and we may have a bid opening date for everyone by the next meeting.
And we do. I have it for this meeting,
Oh.
August 19th, 10 a.m.
Okay.
As long as we get our permits paid for to the railroad.
10 a.m. you
Then
said?
hold on to your wallet when we open. Hopefully they'll won't be so bad.
And then Dixie Highway water main has been fully engineered and is awaiting approval from the IEPA, IDOT, and the Will County Highway Department. Once these permits are received, we will go on to bid on this project. And then we got the Sewer Department monthly report, which is enclosed for everyone's review. And then we've also got the water monthly report is delayed due to vacations scheduled this month. The report will be delayed until the next meeting. And that concludes my report.
Well, don't take too much of a break. It's Economic Development and Community Relations Committee. Trustee Session gone, that will be you, trustee Giannotti.
Okay. The water treatment plant open house update. We will have an invitation list and an invitation prepared for the next meeting for the board to review. Pin and Tonic opening and Tony's Pizza relocation update will be provided at the next meeting as well.
Is there new news with bowling alley?
Yes, I spoke to the new owner today, and now she's anticipating opening in September.
Unless we get furniture delivered today.
Yeah, now she said September now.
And Tony's Pizza relocation, I think the permit was approved, and it's just a matter of them starting the remodeling.
And that concludes the report.
Thank you. Any old business to come before the board? Any new business to come before the board? If there's no old or new business, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second? Second. Roll call.
Cabros,
Yes.
Giannotti,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
Kraus.
Yes.
That's how you
Look
run a
at
board
this.
meeting.
7:20.